Digital tools are everywhere around us today, but it can be completely overwhelming, right? Someone tells you, oh, I use this app. Oh, you got to try that app. What should we actually be using to help our business? In today's episode, we're going to break down some essential digital tools that we believe every salon professional, whether you're an independent or a salon owner, should look at to potentially help you in terms of activating and growing your business while keeping things properly automated. Welcome to the Salon Scoop, a podcast by Salon S.O.S. I'm your host, Scott Moon, the founder of Salon S.O.S., and I'm obsessed with helping salon professionals live their best life. In this show, we shop talk all things salon to bring you real-life stories, debates, entertainment, and inspiration to help you find happiness and success in this beautiful industry. If you work in the salon industry in any capacity, this podcast is open to you. So set down your scissors or rinse out that toner and let's get into it. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Salon Scoop podcast. Today, we are going to get the scoop on digital tools that salon professionals should, or at the very least could be using in their business to just help take advantage of technology and let it help you, right? To help provide some insights on this episode, I've got my number one sidekick, Sarah Perrin, with us as always to bring the salon owner and salon service provider perspective. Sarah, how much do you love technology?
Well, it's a love-hate relationship for sure, but like a lot of the tools that we're talking about today are things that I use to create content and streamline processes for both my salon and for Salon S.O.S. So yeah, I would be lost without a lot of these tools. So I'm excited to share so that other people can take advantage of them.
Yeah, well, let's just delve straight in. I will caveat and say we have a blog article on this topic that actually goes a lot further in depth. It's going to cover a lot more tools if you're interested in kind of learning. But we're going to highlight some of the key ones that we believe are simple. Some of them are free, easy to use, are good sort of starters. Some of them are a little bit more complex. So it could depend on your situation, right? If you are an independent stylist, your needs are obviously much different than if you're a large salon with many employees. So we're going to top line a few for you, but I encourage you to check out that blog article to really delve a little bit deeper on some of those tools. So that being said, let's start by looking at some video, photo editing, and creation apps. This is kind of a favorite in the industry because everybody uses something. Sarah, start us off. What do you find to be really helpful when it comes to video editing and for your business?
My new favorite app is CapCut, and I know it has been around for a minute, but I'm kind of a creature of habit and I get stuck in my ways with which apps and resources I like to use. But CapCut is so easy that I think pretty much anybody could use it. Essentially, it's just, again, a video editor. So you can use it for standard video editing for, clipping things, stitching things, adding stickers, all of these different things. But my personal favorite is using the pre-made templates because honestly, all you have to do is just, find the template that you like and add the photos, the videos, everything like that. And it kind of just stitches it together in a super professional looking video. So if you're not super savvy with video editing, it's a really easy resource for you to utilize. And yeah, we've talked about this a million times, but video is king. So even if you have, 100 pictures of hair that you've done, you can just easily upload those into a template in CapCut and all of a sudden have a really cool video made from just even this photo content. So I would definitely recommend that anybody in the industry checks this out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great features that you can use for free. I think that's important also. Again, we want to provide our mission in this industry is to provide simple and affordable solutions, right, that are going to help. So I'm going to touch upon another one that's, again, very well known, Canva. I mean, if anybody has not heard of Canva, I'd be shocked. But what I want to highlight is, number one, it's simple and it's free. You can do a lot in the free version. We at Salon S.O.S, we do subscribe to the professional version package of it. that allows us to just have a lot more additional sort of tools and benefits. But you can do so much from the free version, and it's really just easy to use, very, I guess, self-explanatory in terms of drag and drop, and adding colors, removing backgrounds, updating text, fonts. All that is easy for both photos and videos. I think a couple of features that I want to make sure people were aware of is that artificial intelligence, being so prevalent in our society now, has been included. So you can actually, if you don't like the images that Canva is providing to you, you can actually create your own image inside of Canva by describing the image that you want, and it will create, right? The artificial intelligence will create the image that you describe. So that's a really valuable tool. It can also write captions for you inside. So once you've got if you're using it for social media, for example, there's what's called a magic writer, and you can actually ask it to write you captions that go along with the images. And then I think what's interesting for you to be aware of as well is that you can schedule posts, right, to Facebook, Instagram, etc., directly from your Canva account as well. And so sometimes just having that all-in-one solution, you can do things from step A to step Z, is interesting for a lot of people. It helps you save a little bit of time. And I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of all those different features that do exist. We're not being sponsored by any of these. And again, you'll talk to different individuals in the industry, and everyone's got their personal favorites. We just want to share with you some of the ones that we are using ourselves, both at Salon S.O.S. and Sarah, in her salon company, that we feel are interesting. Another one that we'll just mention off the top, we go deeper in the blog, is Adobe Lightroom for video, photo editing. It's a lot more powerful. So you can check that out in the blog if you want some details about what that could look like. All right, let's jump to the next category, which is organization tools. How many of us could use like a personal organizational assistant around us? Sarah, I'm definitely up there. I don't know about you.
Yeah, 1000%. I organized chaos is essentially what my entire life is. So if there's a place where I can put all of these things, where it is a little bit easier to find everything, it's definitely a huge help.
Yeah, I mean, we're all running 1,000 miles a minute, both in our minds and physically, trying to get so many things done, so much going on. So having organizational tools can really, really help us be more effective and more efficient in our work. You want to be doing the right things, but you also got to stay on schedule. Sometimes you're collaborating with teams. So, Sarah, what's the organizational tool that you find works the best for you and your salon company?
So we pretty much exclusively use Trello. It's something that I know a lot of other salon owners that I've talked to also utilize. It's just a really easy to use tool where you can have different pages with different topics. For example, like for us, like we have a chalk communication. So that's everything from one-on-one meetings so that our girls can go through and, find their goals and everything like that from their previous meeting, to a front end kind of page or whatever where there's different cards on it. So there's emergency contact numbers, and then the next one is other front end procedures, everything like that. So we have literally every single thing mapped out, so that our entire team, as well as me and my sister, as the owners, we have absolutely everything on there that we need. And it's an easy thing to be like, if someone, hey, how do I do this? Or where's the product knowledge for this? Or whatever it might be. You're like, just check out Trello and it will be under its own specific category. Another bonus to it is, as well as, you can have, you can manage who can access different things. So if you've got some more, kind of confidential information that you don't necessarily want your team members seeing, you can have private boards and everything like that. So yeah, Trello, that's how we keep our heads on straight, kind of thing. So would recommend everybody checking out Trello. And it can be tedious to get it set up, but once you have it set up, you're just set it and forget it, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely would recommend that.
Are you on a free package, or are you on a paid package with them?
We are on a paid package, and that's the nice thing is with all of these, they do have free, like a free package that you can start off with. And for some salons or for, an independent stylist or something like that, that free package might have every single feature that you need. You might not need to splurge for the extra monthly cost or whatever. But yeah, pretty much everything that we're bringing up today does have a free version of it that you can use. And a lot of times that's all you need, right? You don't need to pay for all these extra features because we use it for so many different things. We do have the paid package, but again, they do have, different levels of that based on what your budget is. So, yeah, it's a worthwhile investment for us for sure.
Makes sense. It always comes down to your needs. We at Salon S.O.S, we use a tool called Asana, Asana. And we just use the free version. It's a more simpler, I would say, straightforward kind of task management. You can set up task lists, for various team members, even for yourself. You can set up recurring ones, but you can also set up projects and have, sort of project timeline and different people that are collaborating into a project, right? Together. You can have access, as Sarah mentioned, at Trello, you can have different people being able to access different things. And that's actually all within the free version of Sana. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit maybe simpler, straightforward, maybe you're a smaller team or independent, that might be something that you can look at that can just kind of help you be a little bit more organized with your work and task flow. All right. Teams in general, like if you work within a team, a salon environment, communication, platforms, communication apps can be very effective and important. A lot of salons have, set up, Facebook group for their team, or they have a messenger chat. We're not going to get into detail here. A lot of salons are getting into Slack. You might have heard of Slack, something you might want to look into. It's kind of a communication platform that really allows a lot of team collaboration. Some salons are using WhatsApp, right? You can create groups. Just depends on how much information you want to be able to share. Some of these are just chats, so you can just communicate information right through WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, and you just have a group chat going. If you want to have documents and files available that people can access, you'll want something a little bit more robust. In which case, you might be looking at Slack. There's Microsoft Teams, several out there. We've given you a little bit more of a breakdown in our blog that you can check out on some of those. All right, let's quickly talk about scheduling apps. This is mostly for social media, right? Again, we're talking about digital tools that can help you be more effective and more efficient in your work. You want to be able to schedule your social media posts and your reels and whatnot as much as possible across multiple platforms. Now, there are many, many, many scheduling apps out there. I would say way too many for what all industries really need. You might have heard of some like, Hootsuite, Later, Buffer. We have our own. We created one that was just going to be a more streamlined, simple, and much more affordable version. So we actually have that, although it's just for basic posting, not for videos and reels. But Sarah, I know that you use it, yourself a lot for all of our actual posts and are kind of addicted to it. What do you like most about it?
I think just again the simplicity of it. I have used other apps before, like Planoly and everything, and again they've got nice features. You can see and switch things around to make sure it goes with your grid and everything like that. But if we're just talking like bare bones basic, where it's just like I just want to be able to upload something, upload the caption, make sure it's scheduled to Instagram, Facebook, everything like that. I do find the Salon S.O.S one works really well. Another perk is like there's very few hiccups or glitches that happen with it that I have found to have happened with other brands that I have used in the past, where all of a sudden, an entire week doesn't get posted because I'm not going to name any names. This actually just happened with one of the big ones kind of thing, but there's a glitch with it linking up to Meta or whatever it might be. So I just find the S.O.S one to be super, super simple to use, basic bare bones when you're just wanting to like post, Facebook and Instagram posts, and it's reliable and it's consistent. So that's what I like about the S.O.S one.
Yeah, the one, kind of key advantage that I see from it is that if you have multiple accounts that you want to be posting to, like you can post to multiple accounts all in one shot, which
Yeah.
depending on your situation could be particularly interesting. If you have your Facebook page and your Instagram page, and you're just focused on those, I personally would recommend just using the built-in scheduling platform inside of Meta, right? Your Meta business account. The reason I say that is, number one, it's free, and if it's just for your Facebook and Instagram, it's obviously going to be taking into consideration always the latest, updates and changes that go along with those two platforms. So you're guaranteed to have something that's up to date with those. And it's a little bit more complicated, I find sometimes, because Meta is just such a beast. There's just so many, areas so just even sort of accessing it sometimes can be a little bit difficult. But at the end of the day, it does take into consideration everything with you want to schedule your stories or your reels or your posts, across Facebook and Instagram accounts. Definitely a good option, and you should be using something to schedule your posts for sure. All right, last category we're going to get into today is automation tools. If we can automate things and have them happening for us without us having to manually, input information each time, it could be a huge time saver. And again, there's lots of different tools out there. Sarah, why don't you just hit us up with something new that I know you've recently discovered?
Yes, this is a new thing that I'm just kind of starting to familiarize myself with, but I've talked to a lot of salon professionals who have been utilizing it, but it's called ManyChat. And it's just really good for being able to especially streamline and automate those things on social media. In particular, it's effective on. But it's good, like a lot of salon professionals can use it to automate appointment bookings, to send reminders, promote special offers if you're not using something within your point of sale system, or if you're perhaps still using, like pen to paper for booking kind of thing. It's also where you probably see this the most is, I don't know if anybody on social media has experienced this, but if you have something specific that you want your followers to go and see, you can set up through ManyChat where they just comment a specific keyword, and then automatically this system will send them a private DM with all the information that you need. So for example, it could be like, are you looking to book your summer hair kind of thing? Comment summer, and to receive the information. And then through this ManyChat, it will automatically send the booking information to that specific client who posted it.
Very cool. So, automation always always saves us time, and if we set it up properly, right, it can be extremely effective for us. There's a lot of other tools out there. The biggest one probably in the entire world across all industries is called Zapier, and I'm not necessarily recommending that salons look at this. I think you would need to be a fairly large business, but if you are large salon company, maybe even like multiple locations, Zapier essentially is an app that allows all of your other apps and platforms to talk to each other. So, you might have an email system that seems like MailChimp or something similar. And then you have your salon POS system. And then you might have, some other contact database, and you have your social media. You can actually connect them all together through Zapier. And, when somebody potentially does something on your POS system, it would automatically, their contact information would automatically get entered into your email list, and then it could automatically send out an email to that individual person. And again, it'd be connected to your booking platform. So it's complex because it's really talks to all of the different platforms and programs. So again, I don't want people to get overwhelmed and go down this path unless you're a larger business that could really benefit because you have so many different things going on. it can save time. This will be a more expensive, platform to kind of go forward with, but if you're a big business, it might be worth looking into. There's several others out there, but on a simple basis, some automation that's really great that we talk about a lot on our podcast is our Salon S.O.S loyalty app, right? That's app-based program that you have with your clientele, because they're giving you their email and phone number. You can be programming the app to automatically send messages out on customer's birthday and attaching, a digital coupon. You can automatically send a message after their visit, asking them for a review and providing the link directly to your Google or Facebook review sites. You can send a message out automatically if they have not been back to your salon in a very long time. You determine the time frame, and the system will automatically send out a message to them saying, hey, haven't seen you in a while, would love to have you back. Again, you can attach a digital coupon, right? Because this is kind of linked to a rewards app, a rewards points app. So you can have these automatic coupons going out at the same time that encourage your customers to take action. So that's something you can always look at on a more simplified basis. And if you are using our loyalty app already, make sure that you are incorporating those automated features into your day-to-day activity. All right, so that's a quick overview of some tools. Like I mentioned at the top, our blog article goes a little bit deeper with some descriptions and information about other platforms you might be interested in checking out. At the end of the day, incorporating some digital tools into your work can just help relieve some of the day-to-day, task list, some of the stresses, right? It can enhance communication, make things a little bit more organized, both from a task standpoint, both from a communication and collaboration standpoint, if you're working with others. So we definitely encourage you to check some of these out, but always do your research, right? You can talk to some other salon professionals that to get their insights. Is it going to respond to the specific needs that you have? But at the end of the day, find the ones that are going to work the best for you and start incorporating them to save time and help you work more effectively. That means working on the right things, and work more efficiently. That means doing them better and faster. All right, hope you took something from today's episode, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Go out there, hit us up with some emails, some messages on our social media. If you have tools that you believe are worthwhile sharing, we'd be happy to shout them out and share them with our community so that we can continue to learn from each other. That's what we're here from. Resource for the industry, sharing knowledge with everybody. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, everyone, and stay stylish. Thank you so much for listening to the Salon Scoop podcast. This show is produced by Salon S.O.S, a digital marketing agency by industry professionals for industry professionals. If you want simple and affordable solutions for any of your salon marketing needs, such as websites, client loyalty, Google search rankings, social media, or more, come visit us at salonsos.ca or on Instagram at salon.s.o.s. If you want to hear more episodes like this and help us continue to bring the industry great content, it would mean so much to us if you would support us in one of the following ways. Either share this episode with one other industry professional, and rate the show on Spotify, or write us a quick review on Apple Music. We want to hear your feedback. If you have follow-up questions or ideas for future episodes, please reach out. DM us on Instagram at salonus.s.o.s, or hit us up on our website again at salonsos.ca. Again, thanks so much for listening. Now go get your hustle on, keep smiling, and we'll catch you on our next episode.